Hey guys!
You say I'm Kaitlyn.
I'm Sarah. I'm Kaitlyn.
And this is Natasha, special guest. We're here at the beach. We want to quickly, before we go, introduce this topic for the girls who only feel pretty when they're wearing makeup. There are all kinds of girls out there. There are ones who do full glam, full face makeup and love it. And there are the ones who do just a little enhancements. They're not professionals at makeup. Whatever range of girl you are, we promise this video is just for you. It's to bring you some practical things that us girls think about.
So we want to talk a little bit about each of our personal struggles, being insecure without makeup. Natasha, you want to talk about yours first?
So about 2 years ago, I all of a sudden started struggling a lot with acne. So my face got better because I started going to a good dermatologist and I cut out my proteins and supplements. But when I came home, I started using these protein pancakes and I started getting the same kinds of cystic acne that I'd been dealing with. I was like, what am I doing differently? So long story short, I had been self-sabotaging my skin for about a year
without even knowing it.
Because of the food?
Yeah, because whey protein is linked to milk, which a lot of people know can give you acne.
Oh. How did it affect your confidence and your security and your physical appearance?
My face is something I'm generally pretty confident in. I don't struggle a ton with my facial features. So for that to feel like I was attacked all of a sudden, my main thing was just guys weren't gonna like me. It really took a toll on my confidence a lot, because even when I would put makeup on it, A, that would make it worse. B, it would make it dry. Tough. It was really difficult to go through, yeah.
And also, I remember talking to this one kid with bad acne. He used to have it, and he's like, the worst thing about acne for him was that people assume you're dirty.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is, he's like, people with acne are actually the cleanest because they're try so hard to keep they know more about skincare than most people. And so my heart really went out then for people with extreme acne, because you start getting scared almost of judgment. People are gonna assume that you have acne because you're dirty.
Yeah. So, I would say I wouldn't take back that terrible 8 months for anything, because I mean, you can see my skin now. I have a little bit of scarring. I have a couple zits, but honestly it does not bother me nearly as much as it used to, just because I know what it's like to have pretty acne skin. So now it's I appreciate myself so much more even when I don't wear makeup.
I didn't so much struggle with my skin. I struggled more so with facial features. Still, you can try to use makeup to cover and contour things. And growing up, I was insecure about my nose. When we talk about makeup, we are talking about appearances and photos and selfies. I felt when I smiled, I had a line here. My makeup wasn't good enough. It wasn't helping me with my facial things. And that's really what I struggled
wasn't giving
with.
you that smooth look.
Yeah, exactly. And I just would get discouraged when taking certain selfies from certain angles, especially growing up.
For a while, I would wear makeup a lot. And it was just kind of hard because I would notice that I would get a lot more compliments on my appearance and kind of passive aggressive comments like, oh, you clean up so nice, or wow, you look so good when you do your makeup and stuff. That always kind of made me overanalyze and think well, if you're saying that, do you not think I'm pretty when I'm not wearing makeup? And then the other thing that I kind of struggled with was I would see girls post no filter photos without makeup on Instagram, and their skin would just once again look so clear and free of pores and wrinkles and lines. And this was before I knew about photo editing and filtering, so I would think that I was weird for having little imperfections on my skin.
These people who post these perfect pictures, you don't want to believe that they're enhancing it in some sort of way. But it's awkward because every human girl I know on a personal level has pores, has imperfect skin. It's as easy as a swipe with that smoothing tool, or you can afford expensive facials every other week. I mean, there's so many factors that you don't want to believe they put effort into it, but that's the world we live in.
A filter can completely even out your complexion. It's not just face tuning. So when you look at your phone, you really have to make sure that you're looking at it through a filtered lens of your own eyes, knowing it's not necessarily real.
We don't even have to get real lip fillers. You can actually fill your lips up if you're insecure about them on Facetune as is. You can take out those pores, you can enhance, you can fix the crook of your nose. And then we also have makeup, which can be used to cover up insecurities in real life. None of those things are bad as they are. But when you now start to create this little false reality, and I know we do it, girls, and we even start believing that we would just look good if we could fix that nose and stuff, and then you're left though with your reality at the end of the day. When you look in that mirror, it kind of makes things worse. That leads me to one of our points, and that is asking yourself, why are you doing the things you're doing? And also, why are you so down? Your why for only feeling pretty for wearing makeup might not even be that you don't like your face. It might even be that you're just kind of creating this false image of yourself, and you're getting so used to it that you're down with your reality.
It's again kind of just giving social media too much power in your life, because okay, for me, if I'm gonna Facetune myself, it would probably be for like the boys looking at my Instagram. I'm not doing it for like my friends to see I have good skin. It's for the boys. If you really want a good man of God, you don't have to blur your skin.
You don't have to change yourself. We don't want to change anything about ourselves if it has nothing to do with for us. If it's for a guy, if it's for looking good on Instagram, you will only feel emptier at the end of the day if you're changing yourself for somebody else or something else.
And that's why the why is so important, right? Because I know there are girls watching this video who love makeup because it's art. It's so fun. It does make you feel confident.
Yeah.
It can be really awesome to do makeup. So if you're feeling like you only feel pretty when you're wearing makeup and you feel really down when you're not, the reasons why you might be putting on that makeup, maybe just a practical tip, need to change. If you just shift your reasoning, notice the wrong reason in your head and say, you know what, instead I'm gonna put this on because
I feel good with it.
Makeup's not bad, it's just the reasons why we do things that make things bad.
So just ask yourself, what responses am I trying to get? Because
that's a good
we
question.
really want to narrow it down into the only response that we want is for us to feel good.
The Lord honestly might be protecting you in those kinds of situations, because like Kaitlyn was saying, what happens when you do wear the makeup and then this really hot guy comes up to you at a restaurant, compliments you, then you go home, take the makeup off, the next day you say, I gotta wear makeup again.
Yeah, that happens.
Things happen the way that they do for a reason, and I believe that it's for protection over our hearts too, because it's an easy thing to fall into and like a false security almost. And we know that Instagram is a highlight reel, and the same thing goes with our skin and our faces. Don't compare your going to the beach with your girls to like somebody going out for their wedding or anything like that.
And to back that up, I really want to tell you what Natasha says, don't compare yourself. All of my life I would compare, I would think and assume, you know, they know they're so pretty, they look so happy, they seem so confident. And it was like 9 out of 10 of the people I met, after a time of knowing them, you would start to hear these insecurities come out of their mouth, and they had exactly to do with what you thought they were striving at. Just really realize everyone's got their own crap, and you're the one who's gonna get to choose if you're gonna be just like them or if you're gonna own what you got right now.
I was gonna say, even too, on the other side of that, right? There are things that in your face that people might look at and think, wow, that's so beautiful.
Literally.
She has beautiful eyes. She has such beautiful skin. She has this, that. And you don't know that you're striving at that. Because you don't see it, you'll never know that some people might think that you never struggle with what you do. Because it's all in your head.
Throughout my entire life, I've always had this like thing of like comparing myself to what I could look like if I fixed something. So what would how hot would I be if I lost 35 pounds? Or how beautiful would I be if I didn't have a single pimple? And so yes, these things are honestly attainable, and that's what sucks sometimes, is knowing that if I really tried hard enough, I could do it. But it's gonna mess with your other like joys in life. You're gonna not go out with your friends, you're gonna be working out way too much to the point of it being unhealthy. That's a problem. So the other problem with that is that once I get that clear skin, my mindset is gonna be so unhealthy that I might start seeing wrong with the nose that I liked 2 years ago.
If you're living that way, it's not a problem with the physical, it's actually a problem in here. The key to life is a balance, and it's exactly where you are today, because we don't know what will tomorrow hold. So it's like all we have is today, and I want to be happy with right now, today.
There's like 2 different kinds of beauty. There's like the glammed beauty, but then there's also a way where you can kind of I felt like I could turn off my brain and see like my natural beauty as beauty. And I would encourage you to try to like get in tune with that. I don't really know how I
feel
did it,
you.
but there was a way that I could like see somebody, and instead of looking at how like they weren't wearing makeup, I could see like the beautiful features that God gave them and like appreciate them for who they are. are.
It's just like Instagram, where you compare people's highlights to your life. In the same way, like the glam beauty looks that we see, anyone who looks like super beautiful with all this makeup on and stuff, that's its own type of beauty. Nothing wrong with that. But you can't compare that to now your natural beauty in the moment, because there are two types of things. It's like comparing apples to oranges. So you can feel good when you have your glam beauty on, and then you can also feel just as good with your natural beauty.
Yeah, when you're pure. Even if you have pimples, it still is your pure beauty, and it's not going to last for forever either. So
you do you, and just own it, because it's just like Sarah's saying, don't drown out in your insecurities. Don't let these things keep you from having a good time. If you want to wear makeup, and you want to wear a lot of makeup today, don't let anyone tell you that you look cakey with too much on, or you're trying too hard. Know your reasons in your heart that you want to own the way that you look, and then just focus on enjoying your life, because that's what this is all about.
So let's do a little quick fire one makeup tip / hack that we all know about. I'll go first.
Okay.
When I was struggling with my skin, I went to get a facial from this amazing woman. I don't trust many people with facials, and I told her, you know, I've kind of been ignoring all that hype about washing face and moisturizing, because she told me, yeah, you actually don't have to moisturize as much as they sell it. And ever since then, guys, all I do is wash my face, and like once a week I'll put a moisturizer on, and since then my skin is healed. Moisturizer is not a necessity for a good skincare routine if your skin's like mine.
Okay, well, my tip has to do with moisturizer, which is
That's
why I
fine.
did that.
We have opposite skin. Kaitlyn has super dry, mine is like more oily.
There's natural things in your house that you can use that actually might be better for your skin than you think. Olive oil is the best makeup remover ever. 2, coconut oil, really good moisturizer, but it doesn't work for everyone. If you have dry skin, test it out. It's made some people break out, but it's made my skin very clear. But once again, know your skin type, because that doesn't apply to everyone.
Yes.
people would say to me, what have you been doing differently? Like, what have you been doing differently that could have made this happen?
I would ask you that.
Yes, Sarah. I'm thinking of Sarah when I say that. Look at what you're doing differently if all of a sudden you've started breaking out.
Don't ignore it.
Because I could have saved myself a lot of scarring, a lot of money if I would have just listened to them. And yeah,
also, simple solutions you might be overlooking.
Here's the best solution of all, and this is going to sound crazy, but I had been praying for Natasha. Natasha had been praying for help. Ask God to even help you narrow down what it could be if your skin is struggling, and He will answer. Okay, Kaitlyn was looking for her ID yesterday. We thought she wouldn't find it. I quickly prayed. She prayed. She found it.
After looking for 5 days, by the way.
5 days.
It was in my boyfriend's car.
Yes.
I told her.
No. So she finally found it. God is as real in our life as anything. He's so real, and so don't be afraid to throw up a prayer for your skin if you're struggling.
And He cares about all those problems.
Yes.
He cares about your skin problems. Don't think it's too dumb to pray about. He cares.
Don't let people invalidate that, because it is a real insecurity. Don't feel invalidated. It is a big deal. That's basically all I'm saying.
Yeah, that is such a good point. Don't feel like that you're being spoiled or selfish for caring about your skin.
Yeah.
It's so
real.
Yeah, I went through it, so if nobody else is validating you, I'll validate you right now. And say that it is a valid insecurity. You are allowed to feel the way that you feel, and you're allowed to try and fix it.
That wraps up this video all about insecurities, about physical appearance. Please subscribe, because we talk about all these problems in life, because like Natasha said, we want to validate you. Your struggles are real. Please subscribe. Check out our Real Struggles and Solutions playlist, because it has just the answer you're looking for.
Yep. We love you guys so much. You are doing great. Subscribe and call it a day.
Heck yeah.
Bye.
Bye.